What happened to your Rainbow Six Siege casting? I've had to take a small hiatus because I was just really ill earlier this year, and then things became more busy than expected. But I do hope to go back to that. I hope there's still space for me in the community. We got Rapha getting into his focus now. Let's get off my face. So we got Ranger versus Sorlag here. I think on Sorlag's an interesting one. Really, really aggressive from Rapha to get onto 2 big items. He should still be able to defend while it's damage time. He even takes a time out to go and just get rid of the DOT. And still get himself the kill. So his movement was even fairly predictable there, but Av3k just... I mean, he was outstacked. As a Sorlag off the spawn, he was outstacked by the Ranger. I appreciate that, Matsy. I'll make sure I get back on it. Chasing through the teleporter would be a bit too much. Av3k with a pretty nutty looking bunny hop. Spam, spam, spam. Av3k playing with sound cues to try and disguise what he's doing. Should still be, yeah, I mean those 2 rails that Rapha got. Av3k sure he gets himself the heavy armor, but he can't survive any further. Yeah, I wonder who picked the champion first. I would imagine that Rapha did. I would have thought that possibly a scale bearer would have been a choice, but also we don't know what's been picked and banned. Oh, he does get rockets in time. Oh my god, and Av3k misses the rail that he needs to hit. This is a rough start for him. And Rapha is continuously getting what he needs. Yeah, I mean, pushing into a teleporter against a ranger that has an orb, has all the weapons that he needs. It's like suicidal. And there's an easy escape. I really like that rocket jump. And it allows him to get up there to do damage on the heavy even sooner. He almost picks it up himself. Like, Rapha's just starting on Av3k at the moment. There's just no competition. Av3k's not been slowing the game down. Rapha even letting him go there. That's sporting. That's very, very sporting. I don't know if, like, Av3k was lagging or something, but he just saw him. He wasn't reacting, and he's like, you know, let's just not worry about it. That's a very interesting moment just there. Because I think right there, oh, that nailed to rails was hot. Boom. I think Rapha was perfectly within reason to just attack. I don't know if you guys would agree, but I couldn't get mad as a spectator, at least, if he's attacking. I don't even know if I could get mad as Av3k if he's attacking. And he's just smashing him. This is like totally, totally crushing. I just don't really understand why Av3k's playing Sorlag. I've never really considered him a Sorlag player. Maybe that's a really bad assessment, but this just feels like this is auto loss for him. Oh, dude. That's rough. That's rougher. It's sporting, but also Rapha not wanting a restart because lag. If it indeed was lag. It's definitely like at least 50-50 that it was, right? It's weird that he's moving in here with such a stack disadvantage. I don't get what Av3k's doing. Not a whole lot to analyze. Easy rail. Now it's a bit problematic, but look at that. He can be the one to have the last say if he so desires. I think he was messing up his jump, and he really wants to get over to heavy as soon as possible. So for him, it was worth investing in that dire orb, just to secure the fact that he can stay on that route that he's looking for. He wanted to get that kill done before Av3k was able to fire the next rail. Realized he wasn't, so his main focus then turned into very quickly just dodging the rail and then quickly finishing the frag.
5-minute warning. Netmaster. Stopwatch.
This is a pounding. This is Av3k looking on form, and sorry, Rapha looking on form, and Av3k just not even looking like he's on the server. Here he's just making him pay for that mega health, like heavily. That's a nice combo, actually. Wow, he even survived. It was a nice combo. Av3k did as much damage as he possibly could. I'd say that was very aggressive, but it's one of the first times that Av3k looked properly ready for a move like that. That was nice. Av3k's just going aggressive, and hoping for the best right now. He doesn't really have that much of a choice. The one thing Rapha needs to do is chill the hell out. If he keeps playing at the pace that Av3k wants to play at, it's going to turn into a mess. Av3k looks well off. Omnivoid asking in chat, how do I do that ledge grab where they don't shoot up off the bounce pad? Oh, we got the answers in chat. Jump into the bounce pad and crouch while doing so. One thing you need to make sure that is you are touching the ledge of the platform that you're getting onto. If you're not touching the ledge, then there's no way you can do it at all. And you either you hold jump or hold crouch. It really depends on the champion you are. But usually holding crouch is just a fine way of doing it. So I think for now, Rapha just wants to waste as much time as possible. He's not really looking to get into a fight urgently. It's more just trying to battle back. Ooh. Big lag there for Rapha. Fortunately for him, it hasn't cost him too much, but lag is nasty. He'll be upset if he dies here because of that. He gets away with it. It's an annoying situation there, but for Rapha, he doesn't suffer too badly in the end, just because the game, most of the game has already happened. This is now just a formality. What's your favorite finals of Quake of all time? Definitely Rapha Evil. 2016. There's been other good finals for sure. But the atmosphere was just so good. The Rapha Evil final. The game was so good. I think we saw Quake Live played the best that we'll ever get to see it played. It was just, yeah, fully optimized gameplay, intense match, great atmosphere. Good stage for the finals, you know. It was everything together. It's the one that went into 9 tuple overtime. Into 9 overtimes on Elder. And there were other maps that went into overtime as well. I'm pretty sure. Yo, Waylundy. Going well, man. How you doing? I'm not going to analyze much more of this VOD because it's just a steamrolling at this stage, and it looks like Av3k just kind of wanted to fight the whole time. I hope for his sake, when we go to the next map, he has a different strategy lined up. Brrrr. That's my impression of Rapha. Any news on Evil? No news on Evil at the moment. Not as far as I'm aware. He could be anywhere. It just looks like Av3k's really uncomfortable on this map. I don't really know why he didn't ban it. Like, they do have a map ban. And this feels like the obvious ban versus Rapha. I'm trying to think what else he would have banned. And I don't know. Maybe Molten? I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like he wants a restart. Or does he? I don't know. My thoughts on the overall Quake Champions tournament. Oh, we're going to Blood Covenant. I thought it was a really, really good tournament, actually. I really, really enjoyed the fact that players got so many games. Only thing that I would have enjoyed more is if I could have casted more of the games live instead of just on the Sunday. That would have been the only way to improve it. But I was also very busy on the Thursday to Saturday, so I'm also, like, not entirely bothered. Just the opportunity to cast would have been cool. Was it a throw on a cooler spot? I don't know. When you start getting into that territory, you could say a throw. Like, that's accusative, I'd say, rather than observational. I don't think so. From what I heard before the game, it sounded like Cooler was very much in his own mind in a negative way and may have psyched himself out. But he was definitely not playing up to scratch. Like, it was a combination between Kilson playing amazing, peaking in the tournament, and Cooler shitting the bed. Fight nerves and mind games. I don't know, man. I don't know. Kilson was just, like, really, really on form. Like, he was so ready to win that. Now just waiting for Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, man, I'm waiting too. There's another LAN event happening in, like, October or November, though. We're all on our way. On the road to the Italian Esports Open, I'm pretty sure. Unless it's just nothing to do with the Esports Open, it's just Italy.
Prepare to fight. Round begins in 3.
Just started good. Just got. I think he had a sketchy end to day 3, but he did everything he needed to. Like, he was definitely good. Anyway, we've got Rapha, who had bridge spawn. Av3k is playing Galeno. Rapha's playing Visor. Av3k should feel a lot more comfortable now. This is a champion he should be more comfortable with. This is a map he should be more comfortable with. As an opponent, he's not uncomfortable playing. It's time to step that up. These little flick rockets. The tribal damage is super good.
Stopwatch.
Is he going to challenge this? Ooh, Av3k was pretty quick getting up there. It's good movement from him. And the machine gun damage is also telling Rapha to get the hell out. Wow, that rail, man. That was a really hard shot. A very close fight. Looks like Av3k wanted to risk it because he's the one who pushed the fight to happen. Rapha was merely responding. No more rails, one more rocket. I don't think he got hit by the totem damage. So it doesn't really matter in the end. The first 2 rockets were so good. Av3k again, I just don't think Av3k's playing that well. Is this like a bad analysis? Like, you don't want to push into players like this in little corridors where you don't have the rockets out. Like, his damage isn't bad, but Rapha's got the right weapon out all the time. Av3k is just going for the weapons for the sake of it. It looks like he's just trying to rush the play a lot. And now Rapha's suddenly got to back off. Tox only doesn't get to play Slash if he loses the coin flip. I'm going to actually quickly check the Tox stats. Just while we wait to see if Av3k mans up. Oh, he doesn't have a 100% win rate. He won 6 of 7 games played. 86% win rate on Slash. Although Tox did have a 100% win rate on Visor through the tournament. That's interesting, actually. Actually, instead of doing the next game in the next round, I'm going to save the full next round after, and I'm going to go through some stats. I think that would be fun. Ooh, Rapha was super close to being late on that. No, he also doesn't get to play Slash if he wins because he bans first. His opponent will pick Slash. Yeah, I mean, it's a chance for him to pick Ticket, right, though? I guess it depends who he goes against. Well, that's why I don't really like banning mirror matches. I think mirror matches would be really cool. Ooh, Av3k going up the bounce pad. Rapha losing that fight. Feels like just Av3k wants to fight all the time. His combat skills are great, but he doesn't always set himself up well for it. And Rapha getting punished by the weak mid-range shotgun blast that can't quite kill that totem. Oof. He said he took all the time he could afford there before Av3k was going to reload on his last shot, and I was like, this is the time I have to get my aim perfect, and then I've got to execute. Still these insane fights, man. Like, really insane. I agree and disagree about mirror picks. It'd be fun to see, but I also really enjoyed all the different champs in that. I mean, that's it. If there was like a middle ground we can get, I think that would be super cool. Again, both players seem happy to fight. And I don't know what Rapha's saying there, but he shouldn't have pushed that area on solo HP. Oh my god, he's lucky not to die there. Rapha's had a hard time with totems, actually. He's been so close to not blowing up his whole many. He's failed a couple occasions. Facing sight. Easy punish. Needs to get another rail. Another would just be the icing on top, but he can't really stick around much longer. Twitch chat pick all champs of players next time. So the only thing we'll ever see is like Scale Bearer versus Slash, or like Scale versus Scale, or Slash versus Slash. Or just like meme champions. This has been such an odd game, guys. I wish I could say more about it, but it feels like... yeah. It just feels like Av3k wants to fight and is willing to risk the 50-50s, the 40-60s, the 60-40s, etc., etc., and it's... it feels like Rapha's taking care most of the time, actually, but it feels like Av3k is just like fight, 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 fight. Oh, that rail, man. And Av3k was just sitting on the heavy for like 5 seconds while it wasn't even necessarily up. Slash versus Slash so much still in the way. I think after I get through all these VODs, then we're gonna try and do that. There's still a lot of VODs to get through. I hope I can finish day 1 VODs by Sunday. Wee. Oh, rockets, man. Like, Rapha's still not technically safe at the moment. He's really got to play a careful defensive game. In like some ways, I feel like Av3k's been reckless, but his style has always been, you know, bully with aggression. That's been his form of expression in Quake. So 60 seconds for Rapha to burn. Again, an unusual game. How does Av3k close the gap? Oh, the LG wasn't enough to push him off, but it was enough to just kill him anyway. Av3k surely can't stick around. I mean, he's got no time, but he also just can't stick around. Like, it's a totally free frag. Now he needs to give just a slightly free frag. Okay, pretty sick, actually. There was a world there where Av3k gets the kill. Will the VOD streams be on a daily basis? At the moment, yes, but I don't know. I've got a bit of time right now, so it's happening regularly. I'm going to try and do it daily. There's like a 60, well, there's like a 40% chance I might not be able to stream tomorrow, but I'm going to try my best. That's GG for Rapha. Just a weird game. Like, Veil felt very simple for Rapha. Like, Av3k was just making mistakes left, right, and center. This was less so. Av3k was still being very aggressive, but,